What's up, guys and girls, VC people around the world? This is Bobby who's spitting the truth about records. Today's video is going to be about Parliament Funkadelic. For those who want to get into Parliament Funkadelic, I'm going to show you 3 records that are a good start to that. But for those that watch me, you know how I like to get down. I like to get down with the featured record of the day. Every day, every new show, I pick a new record that I think you guys should check out. This one today is Sugarloaf, self-titled. This was a band that doesn't get any recommendation anymore. Not a lot of people talking about them. But back in the day, that Green Eyed Lady song, the guitars, the bass on the Liberty label, this is a record that anybody that digs music will like. The way that song starts and it just keeps on rolling and rolling, this is a record definitely worth checking out. Sugarloaf, self-titled. Great record. But to get started, before we get started, if you guys like the content that I've been putting down, please hit the like and subscribe. If you guys don't like the content that I've been putting down, please hit the like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to do this YouTube thing. All right, let's get rolling here. The first record I think you guys should check out, Parliament Funkadelic's The Motor Booty Affair. This record, phenomenal. Every way, shape, or form. I heard when they came out with this album, they did nothing but freaking, take acid and talk about, creating a language that they could communicate with the dolphins with. I shit you not. I mean, George Clinton was a wild dude. But my favorite tracks off this record are Mr. Wiggles, Rumpelstiltskin, and Aqua Boogie. But the rest of this album is equally dope. Parliament Funkadelic's The Motor Booty Affair is a must-have and is a great place to start if you're getting into Parliament Funkadelic. Now, guys, girls, vinyl record collectors, I'm sure when you go all over your record stores, you're seeing this Parliament. You're seeing these records. Parliament Funkadelic. Who is Parliament Funkadelic? They're a great band from the 70s, funk. They even toured late into the 80s and stuff. The band that they had, half of the band they had was left over from James Brown's band. I mean, they were incredible. They're definitely worth checking out. So when you see those Parliament Funkadelic records, you grab the Motor Booty Affair, you grab the Mothership Connection. It's a great record. This one is the original off the Casablanca. I have originals in all of these except Maggot Brain. But this one, I mean, when I was a kid, my dad used to play me this record when I was like 3 or 4, man. I used to say, Daddy, put on the Crazy Spaceman. I mean, look at that. He's dressed in a spacesuit, dressed in everything. My favorite tracks off this one are Pfunk Wants to Get Funked Up, Star Child, also known as the Mothership Connection, Handcuffs, and the classic one that everyone has probably heard, Tear the Roof Off the Sucker. This record is a must-have, and it is a record you need to start with Parliament Funkadelic for my number 2. Coming at you. Now these are fairly easy to find. In good condition, you can still get some of these in $25 to $30 for the original pressings. They're starting to climb up. This one, you are not going to be able to get an original for cheap. Maggot Brain. This record is phenomenal. This is the reissue off Westbound. Comes with the polylined inner sleeve. This one sounds pretty damn good. I have a lot of Parliament Funkadelic records, and the sound quality is not a big drop off. But the story to this album is, and I'm sure everybody in the VC already knows it, Eddie Hazel, the guitar player, they told him, look, I want you to play this as if you heard your mother had just died. And that's how he goes into the solo on this. I mean, he just plays the guitar for freaking probably 10 minutes, and he just goes on, and it's heart-wrenching and wonderful at the same time. This is a classic that must be picked up for Parliament Funkadelic fans, or people who are trying to get into Parliament Funkadelic. There's a lot of other records I could show you, but I feel that those 3 records hold the most weight. Alright, now moving forward, I also would like to show you guys a few records that I think that you should check out. You may have heard of, you may not have heard of. And this one, I wish they would reissue it. Hubert Law's Afro Classic. This one's kind of a little bit free jazz, avant-garde, electric type stuff. Hubert Laws, for those that don't know, is a wonderful, flute player. He plays the electric flute in this one. You got Ron Carter on bass, Dave Friedman on vibes, Fred Waits on drums. This is just, and you also got, I know a lot of people knock on him, but on electric piano you got Bob James. Now Bob James is a guilty pleasure of mine, because if you listen to Bob James, he's got some funky grooves in a lot of his records. I probably will make a video about that dude later on. But this record is wonderful, and I wish they would get a reissue, because most of the copies that are out there are jacked up and probably just aren't worth your time. But this is a good record if you can find a VG or a VG Plus copy to pick up. Creed Taylor off the CTI label. CTI labels are often overlooked. Most people just go for the Blue Note stuff and say, okay, that's where jazz is at. But CTI, don't sleep on CTIs. Hubert Law's Afro Classic. Next up is an album that everybody probably knows and you might have heard of, but I think in the VC it just does not get enough love. Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonius. Randy, California, phenomenal freaking guitar player. Side 1 starts off with Nothing to Hide, rolls into Nature's Way, Animal Zoo, Love Has Found a Way. This record is a classic. For those that like that, 60s, peace, love, rock and roll, psychedelic stuff, this is right up your alley. But it also has some blues and rock influences. The original off the Epic label. Phenomenal record for all you guys to check out. Now, that's about all I have for today, but I have some more for tonight because I have to go to work. But I hope to spit some tonight. This is Bobby with Spitting the Truth About Records. Deuces.